Hello guys, welcome back to another dailies video. We are on race B for this week's daily. This video will probably be out a week after because we had the community race on Tuesday, I believe, last week. But this Tuesday, sorry, that went on this week. But um, yeah, so this was Daily B before all servers were destroyed, basically. You see Mark put that little comment down there. Terrible that is. But you know, so yeah, so all the servers for the week that after this week are really bad. I'm trying to sort something out and hopefully get a daily out by the end of the week, maybe, or even the start of next week. After that, but you know, so this was last week, but it was actually a good race. I enjoyed these races. It was quite clean. As you see, I am in the Supra for this race at Kyoto. As you see, I've started P4 and I'm behind Tabotto, Angry Red Guncher, and Sean Phoney or something along those lines. But yeah, no, so it started in the Supra. Um, Supra was really the go-to car. The Porsche and the RCZ was up there somehow. Also the Nismo as well was up there showing its face. So it was kind of everyone was in their favourite cars, I'd say. Obviously the Supra is one of my favourite cars in the game to really race with, as alongside the Nismo. But yeah, I feel like the Supra is a bit more powerful around here. You know, so I see Mark obviously falling behind there after the chicane, coming up to this hairpin, and yeah, not much really happening between this top group. We see Angry Red Gunches going alongside Sean and Fonny. Um, I think it's Sean Anthony actually. My mistake. You know, so them two are still kind of side by side. Sean actually is covering quite well. Not really showing my face too much here, which is surprisingly. Oh my God, Tabotto is oversteered there. Unfortunately, that wasn't my fault either. That'd be a racing incident, in my opinion, because again he was oversteering already, so there's not much else I could really do. And I tried to avoid action anyway, but didn't really happen. Yeah, so this first race, as I've shown, not really much happened. Gap kind of stayed the same. Did start to catch this top two on this final lap. But yeah, really kind of boring first race for this video. But the second race will be a bit more juicy. Leading on from this race, obviously not really getting too quick of laps. This was kind of at the start of the week. I didn't mean to actually set a lap for the race so far. Um, but yeah, no, you'll see in the second race the times are much improved and a lot more consistent. Because obviously at the start of the week everyone's a bit shit, and then everyone starts getting a bit better with a bit of practice. So yeah, so coming across the line, P3 went up one position. Not much really showing as of yet. I see you've got Mark and Janice and 6i Luma in the lobby, which is nice to see them in as well. But yeah, let's get on to the second race. So for this second race, I started P1. I have a 1:33.2, which is pretty decent. It wasn't top 100 as quite, but we was up there, as you can see. Quite a decent lobby. I had Deadeye Delboy in there as well, but didn't really see him this race, as I'm going to give you a little spoiler. But I think he was streaming at this point, but he was getting involved with a lot of incidents. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, starting this race actually in P1. Um, Also, I did have quite a decent time at this point in this stage in the week. Wasn't too good, but it was okay. Obviously, people are starting to not really get into lobbies as well to start well at the end of this week, just due to the server basically being terrible. So PD, please sort your servers out. Thank you and goodbye. But anyway, starting this race, starting at P1 obviously, like I said, we're starting in front of this Greek guy. I don't think I've seen him in a load of races, but I think I've seen him in a few. only a few, but all I know is in this lobby he does give me a run for my money. Also you got Dio, as just Dio in the Portuguese driver, who does actually come into my streams somewhat often, and obviously a couple more drivers as well. But yeah, we are starting to lead this race, and yeah, we're leading pretty comfortably right now. We do have, I'm going to call him Apostolopoulos. Apostolopoulos. There we go. Um, I'm just going to call him the Greek guy. But yeah, no, so this first lap kind of going okay. Pulled out 4 tenths, but again, it's still my slipstream. He's in that Supra as well, so he's going to stay within. And yeah, keeping the pressure on basically, and you know, being the lead of this track is kind of a lot of pressure is on you, because these two chicanes that you have to go through, you could literally lead into hitting the curb, clipping the curb, and going into barrier, or even just doing a 360-degree spin. But yeah, no, so starting, well, the end of this first lap, starting on to the second lap, obviously in P1. Start well, the end of the second lap, P1 again, 34.5, not bad. But the guy behind me, the Greek guy, it was a 34.4. In this lap, as you see, oh no, it's in the, I think it's in the 650 actually. I'm saying that, but as you see, he is on my inside here. He does go for a nice little overtake. I have to hold that outside. Am I going to continue? I'm not. He's in that 650, quite surprisingly actually. But you know, actually does take the lead for the fourth lap of this race. So in my eyes, in my POV at this point, I'm thinking, look, I've got to go for it on the fifth lap. So I've just got to try and keep up with him this lap, just to try and get a nice run for like a good overtaking opportunity for this like fifth lap basically. So again, just going to try and stick with him and stay within slipstream and just keep in the tow. So yeah, so coming past that first chicane, again not too bad. I do get the run. Obviously the Supra's power is immense against 650, and now trying to get that bit closer for the start of this final lap. So as you see, he's still in the lead. He does have a 34.1, which is unreal. Obviously we do have a 34.2, but we was on roughly same pace. Obviously he was in slipstream, so he must have got that lap in slipstream, but he was on pace, which is really good to see. And obviously we did look at the pack behind us, we do gain quite a lot. So it was basically me between this Greek guy. But you know, so start this final lap, we are 3 tenths behind him. We are obviously catching on that pit straight. But now we just got to try and go for it. Obviously, he does get quite a wide line there. We do hug the curb, ride the curb basically. And now we're basically with him. So we now have to plan our move. I see we're gaining a lot on this little S section, and we are going to move to the outside here. Probably wasn't the best idea, because obviously if hugging the inside is going to keep that racing line, and was probably the best option. I see the Greek guy is going defensive, so I'm going to have to try and stick it around the outside here. Just doesn't about work. He does brake a bit more earlier than me. Ain't able to get through. So now it's onto this little hairpin. Am I going to get the right side? No, I'm not. He's going to go defensive. I'm going to go a bit later on the brakes. Try and get that little cut back switcheroo. But surprisingly, that 650 is pretty good in acceleration. So I do go alongside him. Am I going to have enough speed to get around the outside? Which I should have done, but I decided to back out. Try and get a better exit over the curb. But it's just not enough for this. Are we going to get him on this final hairpin? Are we going to go a bit more on the outside? Not really. So now it's just going to be the old switcheroo. Are we going to have enough speed just to get the Greek guy on this final straight? We are going to have a lot more speed. Are we going to get it? It's literally side by side, and unfortunately, he does get the victory just by 300ths of a second. Which is quite annoying. But guys, if you did enjoy the video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.